Entrepreneurship Sports Generation, ESG for short. This is the India National Finals. We are all so delighted to have you here with us and thank you for taking out time. We have a really exciting leg of the tournament planned for you today, and we will shortly introduce you to what ESG is. So, over the last decade, we need to create over 1 billion new jobs and ensure we leave a better planet for the future generations, as highlighted by the 17 UN SDGs. We believe that entrepreneurial initiatives are the solution to these pressing issues. The ESG community is on a mission to help entrepreneurs grow and become global leaders, creating the better future all of us aspire. ESG is a flagship initiative of the Global Education and Leadership Foundation, TGELF as we know it. At TGELF, we have been working over the past 2 decades to groom ethical and altruistic leaders globally. Through our entrepreneurship initiatives in the past 5 years, we have impacted more than 500,000 startups. For us at TGELF, supporting entrepreneurship and innovation has always been one of the core areas of operation. ESG reimagines entrepreneurship through a uniquely designed year-long multi-level and tier competition consisting of city, national, and confederation events that concludes with an action-packed, highly produced, entirely virtual global finals. For ESG, we have put together a rewards basket for all participants globally. We express our gratitude to all our partners who have joined hands with us. We commit to collectively support all enterprises who have become part of the ESG movement. Just to note that all these perks and benefits will be unlocked once this multi-led competition with multiple stages concludes with the global finals. So you would be able to avail your rewards once the global finals conclude. Moving on, working with Project Everyone, ESG is the official accelerator to World's To-Do List, an initiative launched during the 76th UN General Assembly in 2021, where many leading companies, including Unilever, Google, etc., have come together to support the UN SDGs. So with that, let's begin the movement as we all come together today to play for planet. Today, we are pleased to have 4 esteemed jury members who are experts in their field, and it is my absolute pleasure to introduce them. First, we have Debashish Chakrabarti. Debashish is currently the managing director at Mainstage Hub, an incubator firm built with the idea of creating innovation bridges between evolved ecosystems and evolving ecosystems. He's passionate about working with startups and companies in the innovation space and helping them identify their ikigai so that their growth trajectory is a smooth upward slope. We welcome you, Debashish. Next up, we have Smita Mishra, founder and CEO of Fandoro Technologies. Smita is the founder, a consulting firm, is a founder of Fandoro, which is a consulting firm powered by SaaS startup and consulting firm that helps businesses become planet positive through the adoption of the UN SDGs framework. She helps enterprises build purpose-led businesses by identifying and managing their sustainable related risks and opportunity. We welcome you, Smita. Next, we have Mr. Madhav Pissa, Program Director, Data Science and AI, NASSCOM. Madhav is a senior management professional with 22 years of work experience advising organizations globally in the field of strategy and organization. He works at the confluence of data, innovation, technology, and strategy. He enjoys a deep and wide network of professionals across continent, a lifelong learner with a futuristic outlook. We welcome you, Madhav. Next up, we have Mr. Pratap Raju, founding partner of Climate Collective. Pratap Raju has been in the climate and clean tech space since 2009, from being one of the pioneers in solar in the early days of National Solar Mission. He has pivoted to support climate and clean tech startups throughout South Asia. where the Climate Collective has accelerated over 600 plus clean tech startups across the region. We welcome you, Mr. Raju.
All right, thank you.
And now, before we proceed to our pitches, I would like to quickly remind everyone about our rules today. You will have 3 minutes to pitch and 3 minutes for the Q&A. Please note that we would prompt you as soon as 3 minutes time is up, and we do not want to interrupt your pitch. So please maintain the time allotted. You will be controlling your own presentation unless, of course, you have a special request. Please convey it to the management. And please keep yourself on mute when not speaking. And please keep your video on when presenting to ensure an interactive experience. Now that everything is in order, let us proceed with our pitches today. So first up, we have Health Trip. So
Should I start sharing?
Yes. So please start sharing your screen. And once you're ready, we can begin your time. So are you ready?
Yes, yes.
All right. So your time starts now.
Hello, judges. Thank you for giving me this opportunity. At Health Trip, we are enabling customers to find and discover the best health solutions globally, organizing the very large medical tourism market, which is about $80 billion globally. I've been an entrepreneur for the last 18 years, built and sold to e-commerce companies to Flipkart and Paytm. My first startup, Yepi.com, was the first fashion e-commerce company in India to reach $100 million in GMV. We raised $40 million in that company. My second venture, Shop City, got acquired by Paytm. I was a vice president there for 2 years before moving on to start Health Trip. So we are organizing this massive medical travel market, which is about $78 billion. 15 million people are traveling each year for medical, cosmetic, wellness treatments to countries like India, Thailand, Turkey, UAE. Two types of customers: either people are traveling for better quality or lower price. And within Asia, it's a $25 billion market led by Turkey at $9 billion, India is $6 billion, Thailand is $4 billion. And then we have got Southeast Asia, UAE, and Korea, Japan. And these are the main treatments for which people are traveling: cancer, transplants, cardiac treatments, cosmetic treatments, a lot of Ayurvedic treatments. So within India, there's $2 billion of Ayurvedic treatments, there's $2 billion of medical, and then the remaining $2 billion is travel and flights, etc. So this space is extremely large. It's one of the first travel sectors to really bounce back. Inflation across the world, as well as the war, is generating more demand for medical tourism. That's why countries are allocating large budgets. India has allocated 2,000 crore to promote medical tourism. Thailand just announced $130 million to promote medical tourism in their country, and so is Turkey, UAE. All the countries are opening their purses to promote medical tourism, and we are seeing a lot of people traveling for not only medical but also wellness, cosmetic care after the COVID, pandemic. But the whole industry is extremely disorganized. There are about 150,000 small agents that contribute to 90% of medical tourism. Usually people reach out to a travel agent. The travel agent finds out that they're going for medical treatment, and then he's arranging their appointments, etc. There are a few companies. There's Bookiemed in Ukraine. There's a company called Kuno Medical in Germany, which raised $10 million last month. And other than that, the entire industry is extremely disorganized. There are very, very few large global leaders in this space. So it's a very disorganized play. Opportunity for us to build the world's largest medical travel platform from India. A very, very rich space. There are multiple revenue streams, as I will discuss in the next few slides. And this is an industry that has high word of mouth. Once you build a brand, content, testimonials, you continue to get a lot of benefit for years and years to come. So credibility, once built in this space, and brand once built in the healthcare space, continues to deliver long-term dividends. We started off last year with India. Now we've expanded to UAE and Southeast Asia. We are getting patients from Bangladesh, Middle East, Africa, CIS countries, and expanding to different geographies in the next couple of years. We've generated about $16.5 million of GMV so far, getting business to Delhi, mostly hospitals in Delhi and Chennai. $4 million of our own revenue. With 30 employees, we're now expanding to other cities across the world. Serve 35,000 patients from Africa.
Your time is up. Your time is up. I'm sorry.
Sorry, there was no caption, so I didn't understand that how much time was spent.
I could see it.
4 minutes. So when I'm presenting, I can't see the captions. Maybe because my slide comes.
Okay, but your time is up. I'm sorry.
All right.
You can
So,
take all the other points during the course of the
sure,
jury
sure.
discussions. All right.
Thank you. Happy to take questions. Let me continue
Mhm.
to
Mhm.
put the slide on share, just in case there's some answers in the slides. Sir,
Right. Shall I go first?
Yes,
Uh,
please.
so Dennis, I think it's a fantastic business which you have set up for yourself. Can you tell me your ARR right now?
it's $190, $90,000 per month. So about $2.5 million per year.
$2.5 million per month, and that is you're talking about 21, 22. You will end 21, 22. I mean 23, 22, 23 in that with that number.
Correct. More than that number. We are targeting about $3 million in revenue for 22-23.
And what's your source of revenue?
So we get 30% from the hospitals. We make about 50% on teleconsults, 30% on medicine delivery when patients are buying medicines from us, and about 30% on accommodation. We are soon starting flights and lab services. So we make an average of about $2,000 per customer if they use all our services. Currently, all the customers are using our hospital services, but we are now trying to also upsell other services to the patients.
Great. Thank you so much, Danish.
So, Danish, this is Madhav. So, I just wanted to understand that what kind of sustainable competitive advantage you hold over the other peers that are there. So, you mentioned two of them. So, what stops them from taking advantage over you?
So those two companies are both doing B2C business. So they are getting customers through digital marketing. They don't have a very strong offline network. We are building a very strong offline network. We brought about 180 agents that are, sending patients to us. We have got offices in about 9 countries, sourcing these patients. So we are using a both B2B and B2C strategy. Also, we are tying up with a lot of insurance companies, charities, and governments to get patients on that side.
Mhm.
So
So,
I
if
think the market is very large. Even if
Mhm.
all these companies continue to progress, from $2 million a month, we have opportunity to do about, $20 billion a year.
I'm sure. So, is there a split that you have decided between B2C and B2B, or still
Currently,
work in progress?
Currently, it's 70% B2B, 30% B2C. As we progress, I think we'll end up with about 50 to 55% B2B and about the remaining in B2C. We get most of our patients from currently charities and travel agents, and we're also tying up with a lot of insurance companies now and governments. In fact, we are also representing the government of India. We have built the entire Heal in India portal, which the Prime Minister is going to launch next month. So we are also working very closely with the Indian government. So the government is allocating 2,000 crore budget to make it as large as Incredible India was. So there's a big, government focus coming here.
Thank you. Great. All the best.
Very quickly, Danish, firstly, congratulations on the great business. But
Thank you.
just wanted to understand, how does COVID-like situation impact a business like yours? And
COVID was
besides that, what could be the potential risk factors that you see?
So in COVID, companies in India and Thailand suffered greatly, but companies in Turkey and UAE were the beneficiaries because Turkey and UAE were open throughout the COVID pandemic, and the entire business moved there. This is an industry where people have an urgent need of medical care, and therefore wherever they can travel, they do. In case of another, unfortunate incidents like COVID, we are now in multiple geographies. We're now in 4 geographies already. So we will have a lesser impact of COVID, although it will impact. Other than that, I think this is an industry which is, inflation and recession and a war proof in the sense it's an urgent care, and people find out whatever ways they can to get the medical treatment they need.
All right. This was the last question. The time is up. I'm sure, let's just be a little quicker with our question answer so all the jury members get the time to question. All right. So we'd be moving to our next pitch. Before that, I would just quickly like to check the CC feature because I think there is some glitch from the Zoom's side. If I could please request my colleague to just type something on the screen and we just check if everyone can see it. Can everyone see that? Okay, so I think it's a Zoom feature. It's a Zoom glitch. What we can do is we can also write on the chat simultaneously to just prompt in case you're not able to see the CC. We'll try to do that. And moving on, we have DeckPeg now. Would request DeckPeg to share their screen.
Hey, hi. Yep.
And
Hi, Anita. Just a second.
yes, I would also request all the entrepreneurs to stop sharing their screen once their pitch is done and when the jury members are on the floor so that we can see all of them very clearly. All right, whenever you're ready.
Yeah, we are good to go.
All right, so your time
Hey.
starts now.
Okay. Hi, everyone. My name is Vipul Jain. I'm founder and CEO of TechPick. Just to give you a little brief about myself, this is being in 17 years in the business, hardcore digital marketing professional. This is my third venture, which I'm building it up. The first one was Bitstock, acquired in Singapore, acquired by Uplift, which was a mobile advertising platform. The second one was WhatsCut Pro, primary a video and audio content app acquired by Funloop US. So now I am in the business along with DeckPick, which is nothing but a primarily live video shopping platform in itself. And why we think this is the big thing which exists in the market. It's a very small problem, but now it's coming out quite loud. So video as a capability doesn't exist on any CMS on earth. Whether you're talking about WordPress, WooCommerce, Shopify, or any kind of a CMS where all kind of a websites to e-commerce to applications typically holds. So video as a capability doesn't exist over there. So because of that reason, the brand has to use the video content on third-party platforms like YouTube, and that's how they're hosting their content and they have losing the control of the content in itself. The second thing is that till date, the way a brand can monetize is or a publisher can monetize is using ads in itself. With our solution in place, we can do a monetization right from the commerce to the advertisement. So we are solving the another way of monetization that not only an advertisement is the way to monetize the content, but yes, commerce is another way by which you can monetize the content. And the third is engagement. As most of the brands on earth using those customer acquisition channels in itself or user acquisition channels to bring the traffic, but they don't know how to engage with that particular traffic in itself. So these are the three key problem statements which we guys are solving it out. So what we guys have created, we have created a full stack live commerce video solutions. And the power of this particular product is that it enables live TV right on their brand website, connected to their mobile app, connected to their social platforms in itself, and that too worldwide. So we do have created from the same video shopping or video platform itself, two things, which is one is live TV, where a brand can literally do the broadcast across platforms in itself, connecting with the audience in their own regional language. And more of the second option, which is one-to-one video CRM, or we call it as one-to-one live in itself, where a person or a consumer can connect to the brand in real time, showcase the product in real time, or put the customer issues or complaints in real time in itself. And the
Thank you
third thing,
much, Vipul.
yeah.
Your time is up.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Okay, I just want to, okay, cool, great.
You can take it up in the jury question and answers.
Yeah.
So I would be now opening the floor to the jury members. I think one of you were not able to take it up. So Lebasis, you want to begin?
Oh, well, yes. So quick one is what's your present revenue, ARR? A little reflection on that would be really great. And the size of the market.
Okay, so our current ARR, we are an year-old company. In the first year of the business in itself, we have crossed more than $100,000 in business. That's our last year financial year ARR. Currently, we have already crossed more than $200,000, or we are going to touch close to $200 to $300,000 in this financial year business. We have a big and the targets audience with which we guys are working with are the medium and the enterprise businesses in itself, who are seeing video as a key communication channel in itself. So the as per the Nielsen market study, this live commerce or this video commerce is absolutely a new vertical which is growing leaps and bounds, and by 23-24 it will going to touch or cross more than $100 billion industry in itself.
Thank you, Vipul.
All right, Pratap sir, please. You did not get a chance last time.
Great. Thank you, Vipul.
You're on mute, sir.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Yeah, Pratap, I can hear you.
So I'm actually a clean tech guy. So I have a question because I didn't quite understand this point. Who do you sell to? And if it's a large platform, do they need you, or is this, if this is a value, couldn't they recreate on their own platform? What's the need for a third-party service?
Okay, so first, with whom I'm connecting it to. So the primary in a bigger size, I'm going to say any consumer-led business who are in conversation with consumers are going to use our kind of a product in itself. That's the first thing. The second thing is that why a business needs, because the consumer behavior is changing. And the best example is like, with the success of TikTok or Facebook or YouTube in itself, where you can literally use video as a communication to understand the consumer about your offerings in itself. So that same capability is completely missing on the brand digital assets like website or mobile app. And that's what we guys are offering it to them. And it demands a really a niche skill set because it involves video, which involves streaming, and that too across globe in itself.
Okay, we have a minute left. So anyone else from the jury wants to take up?
Just wanted to very quickly understand, Vipul, since you're saying that it's like globally people can see the products and details of the products. A lot of us as online shoppers like to have some exclusive deals. How does that work?
I actually want to show you immediately the kind of implementation. If you just allow me a minute, okay. So say for example, this is Plum Goodness. You guys can see the product. The live is going on, okay. You can see this is actually happening on Plum Goodness site in itself. Plum Goodness is one of our client in itself, okay, who has already crossed more than 100+ broadcast, okay, on their own website. This is a Shopify site implementation where an influencer actually showcasing the product in live environment, okay, in a regional language, and people can literally interact on one side while the broadcast is going on, okay, and same time people can literally click and buy the product also.
Who's responding to their questions?
Right.
So
Smita, the
there is
time is
All right, sure.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
So we do have a backend, just to again show you the product. We do have an entire dashboard, okay, and you can see chat, okay, where this dashboard is available
I'm
to the
really
brand.
sorry, but the time is up. I'm very sorry. I don't want to be unfair to the rest of the entrepreneurs. Please, maybe you guys can take it up later, or maybe I'm sure. So thank you so much. I hate to interrupt, but
Thank you.
rules
No
are
problem.
rules. Yes. So yes, thank you so much, jury members, and we will be now proceeding with the next pitch, which is Pension Box. Can we have Pension Box on the floor? Great. So you can start sharing your screen, and once you're ready, we can start the time. Kuldeep, I would really request you to stick to the time. even though I know it's difficult.
I'll try my best. Okay. Perfect. I'm good. We can start.
Okay, let's start the time. Yes, please.
Perfect. Thank you so much, everyone. It's a pleasure to share again in the national finance now about Pension Box. So my name is Kuldeep. I'm here to present Pension Box and to reimagine pension for 21st century. Pension is a word which was always associated with the government guys, right? Like that's why people wanted to join government jobs. But eventually we all need to have some kind of retirement savings or some kind of pension in place when we are old, right? And the overall thought here is to build Pension Box to improve the way Indians retire. And that's what we plan and intend to do in a long run. My name is Kuldeep. I'm the co-founder and CEO. I'm also a certified retirement advisor. Before building Pension Box, I was with Fidelity Investments, working for US retirement industry, 401k, Roth, traditional IRAs. My co-founder is my younger brother. So basically, we're two brothers building Pension Box. He's the tech guy. I'm the product guy. By now, you'll know that I'm the one who talks and Shivam is the one who codes. And that's how we started building Pension Box. Before I move forward and tell you what Pension Box is all about and how we actually cater to reimagining this particular concept, let me just give you a couple of data points where what has already happened in the retirement space or pension space in India. More than 28 million people have already retired in India without enough pension savings in the last 12 years. That is pretty much visible in the society. So if you look at, they have two options: either they keep on working or they get dependent on the kids, and that's a socially connected problem, right? Insurance sector is considered to be the least penetrated, but reality is that pension sector is much more under-penetrated when it comes to retirement savings or pension savings in India. And that is one thing which government knows about it. In the next 30 years, by 2050, we will have 340 million people in India above the age group of 60. So that's a retirement phase, right? And if we can't do right thing by now and start something here, we'll have 186 million people without enough pension savings. So imagine, forget about pension, right? Like just for a moment, imagine retirement homes will increase, the elderly care will increase, everything else will also increase when the audience keeps on aging on that part, right? But everything starts from the financial part of it. Government knows about it, you know about it, I probably know about it, and that's why I'm building Pension Box to simplify these things. So what does Pension Box do? It's a concept, it's a DIY platform where any individual, you, me, can create their own dream retirement plan. So you want to retire in Goa at 45, open up your own cafe. Sounds good to me. Pension Box can help you do that. It tracks down your existing pension savings. Most of the cases, it's PF. We track it down, tell you this won't be enough. So you won't get a happy retirement with just PF. You need to save more. And that's where the contribute part comes into the picture. And then the last thing it gives you is the withdrawal smart way of creating a pension out of it. We people in our market. So we are focusing on people who are above the age group of 28, freelancers and corporate employees, or someone who's sitting in Wipro at a lead position, maybe that's the ideal guy to look at. Our market is growing rapidly. It's 32.1% growth year-on-year basis. We'll hit $1 trillion pension savings by 2025. Last time when I presented Bangalore City chapters, we have 15,000 users right now at 45.
I'm sorry, your time is up. I'm so sorry.
No worries. I'll just finish off. That's the last slide I have. So from 15, we have 65,000 users now. We have grown from last 4 months. And next 3 months will be a crazy as growth as well. We'll have 140 crore plus assets tracked, which is PF so far, and we'll hit 5 lakh users by March 2023. That's pretty much
all right. Thank you so much. Time is up. Time is up. I'm going to open the floor to the jury members, and you can, of course, continue while in conversation with them. So, jury members, Madhav, you want to start?
Yes. So, Kuldeep, how different is your product in terms of the offerings that the banks have, other financial institutions have? Similar kind of products they have. So what's so different?
Pension as a product have alternative solutions to it. There are pension plans for insurance companies. There are mutual fund goal-based investing platforms which will help you save retirement part, right? But there is no change in the past 30 years on the products that they have in the bank. Like the same policy earlier, it was sold by an agent. Now the policy bazaar might sell you the same kind of a product, right? On the traditional pension plans. The concept here is that you create your own thing, like the 401k or IRA kind of a part. So that is the main thing, which is flexibility. And then retiring not at 60, but something earlier, that becomes the one thing which differentiate most of the things on there. And I think, to be very honest, there's nothing new in wealth tech. All everyone does is plan, track, and invest. That's all wealth tech is. Right? There's nothing new in financial planning that you can invent. But you can change a couple of things, the positioning, the way they plan changes. So one of the example I can give you is that everyone does one-time planning. They'll ask you for your income, expenses, and tell you to save 15,000 for 25 years, create a SIP or a premium, right? But they do not iterate that ever. So for example, right now you might be riding a bike, but next year you might have a car. When you retire, you want to retire by car, but your calculation were done on the bike expenses. So you never iterate that. So we do dynamic planning over there. So we do make changes on each of these modules that are there. That's
interesting. Thanks.
All right.
How do you make money, Kuldeep?
So so the flow is more towards that you plan, you track, and then eventually that won't be enough in a long run. So you better contribute more. So whenever someone contribute, we have plugged in National Pension Scheme as a first product. And whenever someone make a contribution, we make 0.50% on that, minimum being 30 rupees. So we make our money on the first transaction basis. I think we have just started making money. It's compared to all the other guys. I think I don't have numbers in millions, but it's
do you have
started.
plans to have other sources of income, or this is, I mean, other
channels? Yeah, there are three ways where we make money. We can make money. The first way is the contribution part. So every time there's a contribution, we make some money out of it. Whenever the money moves, for example, you are 58 and your PF money moves from PF to annuities, that's where we make money as well. So whenever money moves, we make money. And then if you want to withdraw, there we are plugging in loan against your savings kind of a concept where you don't want to mess up your long-term savings, but you can take a small loan against your savings. So that becomes the third way we are making money. That's something which is kicking in eventually. And I think pension is a B2B2C game as well. So we talk to HR heads, tell them, let me help your employees be better future ready. The career will peak in 50s or 60s somewhere, right? Like they have to be better future ready. So we put on retirement planning hat and then go B2B2C route as well. So we are building a B2B kind of a model as well in the next year. So we'll move towards like building a consumer first, then B2B, and then eventually become a pension fund in the long run.
I am so sorry, but the time is up. Just a quick suggestion, judges, so that all of you get some time, at least 3 of you in one turn. That's the idea. Let's just keep the questions, a little short, and then I would request the entrepreneurs also to, so that you have access to different portfolios of judges and their different questions. So, yes, Mr. Pratap, you're saying something. You're on mute.
I was typing just thoughts on Pension Box. Thank you.
Okay, we couldn't hear you, sir. You want to repeat yourself?
No, I was just doing the scoring and typing notes on Pension Box.
Okay. All right.
Lips were moving at the same time.
Okay. No problem. Absolutely no problem. Thank you so much, Jury. Thank you so much, Pension Box. We'd be moving now to our next startup, which is LogiB. So if we can have you on stage, and once you are ready with your screen, then we can start the time.
Good afternoon, everybody. It's Burhan. It's me. I've joined my co-founder, Ranjan. I hope I'm audible and you guys can see me.
Yes, we can hear you, and your time starts now.
Perfect. Okay. Good afternoon. So we are a SaaS-based platform for logistic optimization. So far, we have proven for our customers on a SaaS-based logistic planning point of view, 90% reduction in overall planning for logistic optimization, 25% operation failure, 20% overall cost reduction by leveraging resource which are part of every aspect of operation, and up to 5% reduction on the fuel usage. And that is something which we have done based on the learnings and experience which we have got. I myself have got 22 years of logistics, supply chain, and e-commerce experience as a product and tech guys. Based on those learnings, we have built this particular platform, which has got end-to-end capability on route planning, visibility, auto allocation and smart automation, which overall helps to achieve the numbers which we discussed in earlier slides. So we are a platform which can help, which typically helps businesses to reduce cost, planning with the least amount of time, and helps to optimize the overall resources from the operation management point of view. It's a pretty easy to use, quick to get started, and from the capability point of view, it's a pretty comprehensive on offering perspective. We have got 6 paying customers, and on the right hand side, the customers which you would see are at the various stage from the pilot to the third or fourth level of discussions which we have got. We've got a presence in India. Our first customer, which is a white label based in Singapore. We have got a customers based in Saudi Arabia, also from South Africa. So these are the 2 quick case study which I want to talk about it, where one of the customers where we have shown a significant time saving related capabilities, where at the end of implementation, they were able to reduce their 180-minute, which typically they were taking for 100 orders, has been reduced to the 2.5 minutes for planning perspective, which also helped them to save the cost by at least 20% and close to almost zero error at the ground from the operation and ground coordination and communication perspective. The second case study, which is one of the leading D2C provider based in Pune and Mumbai, where they were able to increase their fleet utilization by 25% and 20% reduction in overall time from a route distance and time perspective. We also help them.
I'm so sorry, Burhan, but your time is up.
Thanks.
All right, I would open the floor to the jury members. We can start with you, Mr. Pratap.
Hi, great. No, thank you.
You're on mute, sir.
Great, thank you for the presentation. Anything that increases resource efficiency is good for the climate, so I'm very happy. I have a question though. I've seen many startups in this space, so it's a highly competitive space given that it's relatively straightforward for many experienced people. How will you compete in an increasing crowded space, or are you taking a segment approach to build a niche?
Both parts. First and foremost, the key advantage which we have got is, as I've said, that me and my partner have got a ground experience around working more than 2 decades, where we have worked very closely with the ops team. Myself been with many of the time with the driver to do the delivery, which has given a larger and better exposure on how actual thing works on the ground. That's one part. From overall perspective, we have ensured that the platform is pretty intuitive from the user's point of view, and we are looking at more from the segment perspective rather than going everywhere for now.
Okay, Debasis, you want to go next?
Well, sure. I think, Burhan, I think it's a fantastic presentation. You are really solving a problem of resource optimization. Why don't you take maybe about 10-15 seconds and take us through the journey of a particular company who is engaged with you and how you have solved the problem?
Sure, definitely.
You just narrate. I think
Sure.
you should narrate it. We
Sure.
don't have, in the interest of time. Yeah.
Sure, definitely. So this particular company was having a problem of where this company were having more number of drivers, riders, and they had a very high level understanding that they are not able to utilize their drivers and riders effectively. But what is that number? How does it work? It was not very clear. When we engaged with them and got to understand about their particular problem, we got a solution from a logic suites of offering on the location intelligence, route optimization, or automation perspective. Okay, these particular company, they were able to increase their fleet and rider utilization by 25%. And adding to this particular scenario, now company D2C, as a D2C company, they are doing their own delivery. but along with that, they have partnered with other D2C companies for whom they are doing the logistic operations. So all the capacity which they had, now they are at the stage where they are adding more and more D2C company as a part of their portfolio, acting as a more of their own operation as well as for the other operation by acting as a more of a logistic arm for others.
Okay.
Thank you. Thank you, Burak.
Madhav, you want to go next? Okay, the time is up. So, I mean, it's
No,
okay.
that's okay. That's okay. That's why I said, okay, that's okay. Fine with me.
All right.
Thank you.
Okay. So now, thank you so much, jury members. And thank you so much, Logi B. Now we'd be moving to Kurova. You are next. So yes, Ankush, you could share your screen and let me know when you're ready, and then we'd start your time.
I'm ready. Thank you so much for this opportunity. I'm audible?
Yes, yes. You ready? Okay, so your time, you need to share your screen, Ankush.
Yes.
Yes, and your time starts now. I don't think you're sharing your screen.
Yes.
Now you are. Okay, yes. You can go to the present mode and yes. So Ankush, your time starts now.
Perfect. Yeah, it's core over AI, human-centric conversational AI platform. As you know, conversational AI platform creates virtual assistant. We call it as human-centric. We create virtual assistant which are as human as possible. Yeah, so consumers don't want to be on hold. They want to get immediate information. There's a survey done. 55% of the consumers, they don't just buy products only when the products are good. They buy products when the customer engagement, customer support is also good. There is a competition in this space, but what is lacking in others is the lack of training data. As we know, any AI platform is as good as the data they have. And we have got 1 billion users who are using our virtual assistant. And so hybrid chat, what I mean by hybrid chat is users should be able to free to kind of choose text, voice, or video based on the circumstances they are in. The language barriers, we support 120 plus languages, and we have 4 phases to actually conquer the future of enterprises as a company core over. So phase 3, which we are in right now, which means we would be able to even proactively know what consumers look for and answer them without actually user asking for it. It's beyond NLU and NLP. We are able to create this data flywheel. More user gives us more data gives us better machine learning algorithms, models, better the product, more the market share, and the cycle repeats. So right now, as I said, 1 billion users, our target is to actually double in the next couple of years. This is a quick summary. Our virtual assistant platform, conversational AI platform, is not just having AI, ML, NLP capabilities, it also has AR, VR, ARC, IoT capabilities also, so that the bots are real, well connected, and they look like humans. And this is a quick snapshot: 1 billion plus users, 100 plus live implementations, and 20 billion plus infections have been handled so far. Few customers: Hero MotoCorp, IRCTC, IGL, Mahindra, and Max Life, and few more. And we have even bigger companies like Google, Microsoft, Accenture, Amazon, even IRCTC. They sell our solutions. So why Toro? It's multi-format video bots, our own proprietary, and we have even handled 800,000 concurrent users, and we are focusing on mobility, BFSI, retail, and utilities like dashboards. And we want to let user talk to any system the way the user talks to another person. This is the representation of video bot. User even can buy grocery by saying, "Mujhe 10 kg Ashirwad atta ke 5 pack de do." So as you know, even when we do video commerce, where user can actually see when user wants to buy a jacket, he can actually see the jacket. Banking use case, so customers are able to acquire more consumers for better retention. They help that they gain more market share, more
Ankush,
revenue, and
time
they
is up.
cost. Sure. And we got even testimonials from Prime Minister of India and Sustainable as well.
That's great. And your time is up. Thank you so much for your pitch. I'm going to open the floor to the jury members and we can take the conversation further. I
Yes.
would want to start with Smita and then we move to Madhav and then Devasis, if that's okay with you. Or okay, we can start with Devasis if you do have a question. I was just going by.
Yes,
How you want.
I'm okay with either.
Okay, you start, sir. You start.
I think Smita should start. I will follow
Okay.
it.
Very quick question, Ankush, for you. Firstly, congratulations on
Yes.
having such great testimonials. Why not ServiceNow or Haptic or something to that tune? Why CoreOver?
Can you please repeat the
Consumer,
question?
as a consumer, as a customer, why would I choose CoreOver? Why would I not choose a ServiceNow or a Haptic or a any other competition?
I try to mention we have a 1 billion users, which I think none of our competitors have. In fact, to give an example, we are even working with Reliance Jio, which is the parent company, on the grocery voice commerce use.
So if they start working with these many users, is there still any differentiator?
Yes, because we have video bot which no one has it. It's our own proprietary.
Okay.
So we have three different stations: text, which is our own proprietary data, which no one has the kind of scale we have, and the third is the feature, the kind of video bot.
All right. Devasis, you want to take?
Sure. Two questions, Ankush. I think it's a fantastic presentation. I really love that word 1 billion users and 1 billion. Have you acquired 1 billion users or 1 billion chats? Either way, the number is very interesting. So 2 points. One is what kind of revenues are you doing at an MRR level? I think most of your clients would have got added in the last 1 year. The second point is there an IP somewhere in the picture? A patent, because you have a video commerce, and if not, if yes, then if you're not mentioning it in a presentation, it's wrong. You must mention that upfront.
Thanks. So the first one, the revenue, yes, as you rightly said, we were busy building this platform. So now our MRR is around 1 CR. So we'll be closing around 1 million this year. Last year it was around 4.8. Last year it was 1.2. So we are growing for that kind of growth. And yes, we have even, thank you. And yes, we have applied patent, published, and even UK, Singapore, and India. So we are getting very good examination reports, reviews from UK. So India examination not yet started. And there are around 40 trademarks and 2 patents applied, published, but not granted yet. But
Wonderful.
UK government is agreed saying this is the novel, but there are few clauses which they are kind of comparing with other existing inventors.
Wonderful.
All right. Last question. If someone wants to take it up. Okay, I think we are
If there are no more follow-up questions, maybe I have one,
the time is up, sir. The time is up.
Time's up. Okay. I'll probably take that offline.
Yes. Okay.
Yes.
Great.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. Thank you. And all right. So now we have Staria Mobility up next. Would request them to come on stage and share their screen.
Is my screen visible?
Yes.
Okay. So we are Staria, and
Start
basically in simple words, what we do is we convert the petrol scooters to electric, the existing IC engine gearless scooters. And to talk about the market, just a second. Okay. There are about 6 crore gearless scooters in India right now. And as you see, there are many norms coming up by 2025, 2030, 35 that that the petrol vehicles as a whole, the production or the sales has to be stopped. So our big question was what happens to the ones that are already on the road. So we thought, why not? Because the next revolution, I mean, the ongoing revolution is electric. Why not manufacture a powertrain in India? As of today, there are no players who manufacture the powertrains in India, and we're the first ones, actually ARI approved. We're the only retrofitting company as well, and we're also the core component of an electric powertrain, that is the motor and the controller. We're the only ones in India to manufacture that, and we hold 3 patents: one for the powertrain and 2 for the motors. And these are the awards we won. And so basically, our main aim, along with sustainability, is to bridge the gap between affordability and performance. Today in India, if you want to buy a good performing electric vehicle, if I have to name an Ather or an Ola, you'll have to spend a minimum of 1.3 to 1.6 lakh rupees. What we are trying to achieve is to provide that kind of performance at, like, say, 35 to 40% of the total investment, total CapEx of the customer. As you can see, we fall right here in the sweet spot. In terms of, I mean, the x-axis is price and the y-axis is performance. I mean, the speed. The sustainability, we are trying to tap around 4 of the 17 UN SDGs. And we had our first test rides last November. And there's our team, as you can see, and these are the test ride vehicles. And the traction we've had so far, we've got around 2,000 test rides, and 50 vehicles are already on road, the beta customers. And we are planning to go full scale by the end of Jan or the start of Feb. And these are the product testimonials. I'll just come back to this after the presentation. So our aim for the next 24 months is by the end of 2026, we are trying to achieve at least 1 lakh scooters. And we're also tying up with, apart from B2C, we're also aiming at B2B, while we deliver to the OEMs. Like, we've already sent our product for testing to Mahindra and TVS. And we're also planning to tie up and tap the global market with a Japanese company as well. So basically, the business model, what we tell to the customer, I'll just come back to it. What we tell to the customer is, you give me 40,000. So there are 2 main components. There is a battery and okay, the time is up.
I'm really sorry, your time is up.
That's fine. That's fine.
Okay. All right. Can we just have you stop sharing your screen and open the floor for the jury members? And yes, Mr. Pratap, you'd be going first.
Great. Nitin,
you're on mute. You're on mute, Pratap.
It must be. I love these ideas mainly because oftentimes retrofits are really good business cases, which is why we see it in rickshaws. And I like fleets. Now, the only question I have for you is, even in our portfolio, there are lots of competitors, right? Mm-hmm. This is an engineering challenge many startups can do very quickly. How will you compete, on what basis, versus competition that's out there, even today out there?
So the main reason why we're able to achieve such good performance at such a lower cost is because of the core expertise we believe we do have. In fact, when it was approved by ARAI, we were told that we're the most efficient powertrain in India, and we're the only ones to manufacture both motor and controller. So that technical advantage is what keeps us a step ahead from our competitors. So in that way, and also basically in the Indian market, the mindset is just to lower the price more and more. So affordability, that is a big advantage for us.
And a very quick one: are you the most affordable in the country, or near
yes.
the most?
For the performance, we are. I mean, we're providing the same performance at a capex of 40,000. So we are the most powerful at this rate.
Okay, we're going to move to Mr. Madhav if he has a question. You have been silent for some time. You don't? Okay, then Debussy.
So how big is your team, Nitin?
Including the office space and the shop floor, we're about 20 to 25 people.
How do you scale this up? This seems to be a pretty operations heavy business.
Yes, it is. So we're raising around a fund right now, and we're at least aiming at 50 to 100 the size of team, and we're actually planning to appoint something called SCP, Stadia Conversion Points, where by the end of the day we would be only manufacturing the powertrains, and all the channel to for it to reach the customers would be through dealers or franchisees.
Right. And what have you started generating revenue? Have you made a few
Early
POCs?
revenue. As of today, I mean, as of now, we started converting in May. As I told you, there are just 50 scooters in road. So we've generated around 18 lakhs of revenue. That's it.
Thank you. Thank you
You
so
have a
much.
question?
Do you have B2B partnerships with manufacturers or, maintenance
Not
people?
yet, but we are planning. We are in talks with the certain company.
And you're still only in two-wheelers, not four-wheelers.
No. I don't think we have plans of going for. But we do have plans of manufacturing our own new scooter. So that's a year ahead.
Sure.
All right. So the time is up. And thank you so much, jury members. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Stadia. Now we'd be moving to Probano. If we could please have Probano on stage. Aditya is here. Let me know when you're ready to present, and then we just start your time.
Sure. Can you hear me, Anahita?
Yes, we can.
Great. So let's start. So
Okay,
very good
the
evening
time
to all of
starts
you. My name is Aditya Bose. I'm the founder and CEO of Pro Bano. As in professional Bano, the Bano is in Hindi, which means to become. And this is a career guidance platform for the high school students across India, class 9 to class 12 of the age of 14 to 18. We are covering a few SDGs like quality education, gender equality, and equality of work and better opportunities for livelihoods. So Mr. Amitabh Bachchan, who is a very popular film actor, once said that, why didn't you as an pro bono come into my life earlier? Because when I graduated, I also did not know what to do. So if there was an organization like yours back then, I would have definitely taken your help to figure it out. Now, what Mr. Amitabh Bachchan points out to is a huge problem faced by half of India. 50% of India's population is below the age of 25 years. 64% of our workforce is below the age of 29 years. So in short, we have a very young country. This young country faces three problems majorly in education. A is high school dropout rates. More than 15% students drop out of secondary school every year. Then there is unemployability. More than 50% of our graduates are unemployable. And then there is job dissatisfaction. 60% of Indians are dissatisfied from their jobs. These problems of unemployment, unemployability, high job dissatisfaction, and high school dropouts are because of one single root cause. Obviously, there are many other root causes, but one of the biggest root causes is the lack of career guidance. The ratio of career counselors to students in India is 1:3,000, which is a very measly number. It should be somewhere around 1:250 or 1:200, or maybe even lesser. And in these headlines, we can see, what is missing from our education system. To cover this gap, we have provided a career guidance platform to class 9 to class 12 students in India. Our innovative and technology-backed process of providing career guidance includes a blend of videos, psychometric tests, assessments, and student impact report, along with in-person sessions and an in-person connection with the best of counselors who are trained by us to provide career counseling, how to make the right career choice, what are the different career options available, and how can they plan their career path ahead, mentoring, connection with people who are actually pursuing that profession, and skill development, soft skills which are transferable across job roles. And proof is in the pudding. Once I conducted a psychometric test with Mr. Amitabh Bachchan, he was shocked at its accuracy. His result came out as performing arts, which is something that he's pursuing. And this is the same kind of chord which it strikes with the students. 74% of our 8,000 assessed students started career planning after our program. So a lot of our students are today successful entrepreneurs. Women have opened their beauty parlors. From rural areas, they have opened their boutique and bakery and all of that. Then we have successful lawyers, journalists, and whatnot. Every year, 116 million students enter this market, so it's a huge market. We earn through schools, CSR initiatives, and students who directly pay us. This is our team, which is pretty experienced, and these are our numbers. Thank you so much, and I'll be glad to listen to your questions now.
Great. Wow, that was well within the time. And I would open the floor. Yes, Mr. Madhav, finally we have you.
Yeah. Great stuff, Aditya. And just one question. So you said right now your customer segment is 9 till 12th.
Yes, sir.
When do you see yourself expanding to mid-career professionals also and college pass outs also? So once somebody does a college, somebody takes a subject, realizes that something is missing. So when are you going to target these two segments and how?
So, sir, we do have a small base of college students as well. So many CSR initiatives like HCL Foundation, Intuit, etc., would link us with some third, fourth year college students who are girls or who are scholars of their programs. But the idea is that we'll stick to the segment as long as we are able to saturate a portion of the market at least. Because even if we are able to do that, the business in itself is much bigger than what we are doing right now. And then we can expand.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Okay. Who
So,
wants next?
so Aditya, a good presentation. Thank you for this. Quick one. How much of your entire platform is actual physical interaction with the students, and how much is it tech enabled?
So, sir, right now, even though we have a website, we have an app. To tell you the truth, whenever we go to rural areas, what really works for us is the connection of the counselor with the student. So we would deploy our team's counselors to different places like Durg, like Udaipur. In rural areas, they would actually go to schools, provide career counseling, and then they would engage the students on the platform. So the voluntary initiative to take up these platforms is a little less today. And that is something we are looking to improve on. And the B2C segment is also something we are looking to improve on. Today, major of our work is B2B. So yeah, we are looking to swing that in B2C's favor very soon.
So do you see that as a scaling problem?
Sir, initially, yes, I think with more capital to do more marketing and better technology as we are going gradually, the B2C game will start to come up. Right now, it's majorly B2B because we haven't been able to invest enough money and effort into the tech and marketing.
Sure. Thanks. Thank you, Aditya.
Thank you, sir.
Pratap, Smita.
No, I'm good.
Pratap?
Quick question.
You're on mute.
This is there must be a lag each time. Sorry. Quick question. I love these ideas because we do need it here in India. We work in green jobs and green skilling as well, for sure. Is this a non-profit initiative as coming as a startup? Because I know whenever we're dealing with rural areas, scalability takes forever because nobody, you need to build with even local nonprofits. I don't want to speak too much, just maybe that's the question I had.
So, sir, it's a private limited company. We do a lot of social work, but over time, the willingness is to expand our portfolio. Today, a lot of our portfolios from the rural areas, from CSR initiatives, and that in itself can expand to a 10, 15 CR, 20 CR business. But yeah, over time, our plan is to also expand to private schools and scale up the B2C wing, especially. That's what we are investing towards.
All right. No, good luck. Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir.
All right. So the time is up. Thank you so much, jury members. Thank you so much, Aditya, for your pitch. Now we have Lemmy B up next. So let's open the floor for them. Can we have Lemmy B on stage? Just a second, I'm just checking.
Yeah, hi.
Ritvik, yes. Okay, great. We have you.
Just 1 second, just share my screen.
Great. You can share your screen when you're ready to present, and then we'll start your time.
Yeah.
Okay.
Set.
Okay, your time starts now, Ritvik.
Humans have been on this planet for more than 10,000 years. The modern civilization has been existing for the past 1,000 years. And yet, it has taken all our existence till now to finally realize that periods are natural, periods are uncomfortable, and almost 1.8 billion people suffer through it for at least a week every month of their existence, let alone the medical complications that arise from it. Large part of our existence, issues of the women have been ignored, tabooed, with no interest in improving the health and hygiene of the other half of the population. And now, with the world now opening up to rudimentary societal values, period care has transcended genders and values. However, we see globally that the transition is taking time, and we are proud to say we are and we will be leading these conversations across the globe very soon. Let me be. The war cry of the new millennium, of the new generations, has been adopted by our brand by allowing free flowing conversations around periods with a dynamic and inclusive team and a range of gender agnostic, innovative, organic, and sustainable products. With an increased awareness around menstrual health, people are opting for organic and sustainable options, with all genders now having an equal active lifestyle, whether it's work, fitness, or just life in general. Our products like the Z Disc, the Z Cup, and the Z Drip period panties are changing the way active menstruators live their lives during period days. And for those who still find pads as the easiest option, we have ultra soft GOTS certified pads, tampons, and panty liners, which are also biodegradable in 41 days, scientifically proven. One of the few brands in the world with an exclusive teen range of products, different sizes suitable as per the flow of the person, taking honest feedback from the consumer, and with a retention rate of average of 50%, is giving us the right push we need to make the world a period positive place. We wish to show you the real world of menstrual hygiene by product innovations and more important than that, by empowering menstruators. With more than 150 affiliates and resellers now joined us from across the world and more than 40 working with us to spread the same message, we feel we are on the right path towards changing the conversation about periods. And our campaigns, our followers, our conversations across the platforms have been helping us to do the same at a large scale. Whether it's the inclusivity campaign, whether it's the My Story period campaign, all of these campaigns have helped us create a larger conversations around period and its related medical complications. And we see that while we were doing all of this, through this competition, we realized that we are automatically falling across three of the sustainability goals that are set forward by the UN in the General Assembly last time. And we see that all our products, all our communications are falling under these three sustainability goals. And we are proud and we are excited to take this entire initiative global.
Time is up. Ritvik, thank you so much. We would now open the floor for jury members. Smita, you want to take up first since last time?
Yeah, just wanted to understand, you did mention that it's biodegradable, the products that you're using. Any proof point of how have you managed the waste so far?
So till now, we have not been focusing on managing the waste as such, but providing a substitute to products which are not biodegradable and not sustainable in terms of usage as well as wastage. So when we compare, we always talk about as a substitute being a menstrual cup or a menstrual disc or a period panties, which can last you for 3 to 5 years as compared to a pad, which is one day, one use throw. So as compared to a menstrual cup, we always compare there are 15 pads that are used in comparison to a menstrual cup for a one period cycle by a menstruator every time that they use. And that's why we are focusing more on the sustainable range than the organic range that we have in order to promote sustainable product usage.
Sorry, I might have missed during the slides, but what's your target market? Who are you targeting actually?
So while our target market for conversations is around the Gen Z and the younger millennials, we see that most of our purchasers are actually lying between the age group of 25 to 35. And we believe that when we are empowering Gen Z to take up these conversations, they are also driving a lot of changes in behaviors, in purchases across all of these products. So there are two different TGs that we are targeting, primary being Gen Z, who are also becoming the decision makers for the world, and the purchasers, which are years age group. But as such, we have users from all age groups from across the world that are using our products now, whether it's period panties for bladder control, or whether it's Z cup for specifically for menstrual hygiene, or Painopause for heat relief patches, pain or period cramps, anything else.
Sure.
Great. Debussy, you want to go next?
Yeah, hi Ritvik. I think it's a very interesting problem to solve. A lot of people have been trying to do this. Two questions. One is what kind of numbers in terms of revenue are you looking at? You seem to be a more of a D2C brand than a tech brand. So that's one thing. And secondly, are all your products made in India, or you still have a sourcing happening outside India?
So the numbers that we are looking at is India recently in the last month itself crossed 1 crore of revenue alone India. We are also expanding to global markets, which is Dubai, Southeast Asia, UAE in general, Southeast Asia, as well as the UK, wherein we are seeing 25% of our revenue now coming in steadily from the global markets. So apart from that, coming to your second part of your question, and we are seeing a 30% or 30 to 35% growth in revenue month on month. Dubai, we are seeing a faster growth rate. In the past 6 months itself, we have reached approximately 50 lakhs of sales, revenue month on month. I'm sorry, I missed out. I'm forgetting your second part of the question. Can you repeat, please?
Sourcing.
Yeah. So we are doing a lot of products made in India, but for our Z range of products, which is the Z cup as well as the Z desk, the molds are not something which are very easily available in the country right now from our manufacturers that we have contacted. So we are doing procurement of these products specifically from China, which are all these production facilities
Time is
are.
up. I'm so sorry. Time is up. Thank you so much for your questions.
No problem.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
All right. Thank you, Ritvik. Thank you, jury members. We'd be moving to the next entrepreneur, which is Trusum. So yes, we have Ayush.
Hello, everyone.
Hi. Ayush, you can share your screen and then tell me when you're ready to start, and we start your time then.
So my screen visible. Hello. Yeah.
Yes. Are you ready?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay, your time starts now. All the best.
Hello everyone, my name is Ayush Panara. I am from Team Trusum, and what we do is we are developing sustainable food fortifying ingredients using non-mainstream plants. All our products have necessary certifications from FSSAI, FDA GRAS, and NABL to make sure our products are up to the regulatory standards. ये सब हमने शुरू तब किया, इन सब की शुरुआत तब हुई थी when our manuscript was accepted for a global humanitarian technology conference, and down the line we have been participating in doing keeping forward our whole process of food manufacturing. And the last competition that we won was India Smart Protein Challenge that was hosted by Good Food Institute India. So as we move forward, I want to let you guys know that we are not a pharmaceutical company. We don't do medicines. We are just a normal food manufacturing company that enable manufacturers to make new range of healthy foods without any extra risk. But इसके बाद जो क्वेश्चन सबके दिमाग में आता है कि why would any manufacturer want to enter this market? So that is because, as you can see on the screen, the health food sector has all the green trends that we are currently seeing. And here also we are not trying to boil the ocean. We are focusing on 4 key areas that you can see on the screen. And the reason being, in 4 areas mein, there are higher margins, there are higher spending power, and there is high competition, which makes a suitable scenario for any manufacturer to adopt our ingredient. Now we come to how we are making everything. So firstly, we use data scraping to find the gaps in the market products Then we use a linear optimization algorithm to to fill those gaps with some indigenous plants and seeds. And lastly, we use a in-house pre-processing technique to convert plants from a bad taste to a more palatable taste. Basically, this is what we do, as in 40% increase in nutrients at a price of 30 rupees for any manufacturer. We started in 2020. So our stage one was B2C. We found some loopholes. So we migrated to a hybrid model. But here also we found some more loopholes. So now we are just in stage three. And we have been here since 3 months and generating a revenue of 8 lakh per month. Yeah, this is our team, our core team, manufacturing operations part. Then our pool of mentors that we have to guide us, our whole timeline on how it all started, our operations partners, and yeah, our current stage and the future stages that we plan to go on. And lastly, just yeah, I would like to, because I would like to thank you all for who have supported us till now, because this is the impact that we have been able to make until now.
Okay, your
From the
time is
products.
up.
Yeah.
Your time is up,
So,
Ayush.
yeah.
And open the stage for the jury members. Thank you so much. You may stop sharing your screen.
Yeah, इसमें थोड़े आंसर्स अगर जजेस को कोई क्वेश्चन के आंसर इसमें ही मिल जाए, so I would like to keep it here if possible.
Okay, no problem. Jury, Pratap, you want to begin?
Yeah, hi. Hi, can you hear me?
Yes, yes, sir.
Okay, great. Nice product. I have a question, and I'm not from this sector, is you mentioned some technology that are some research you've done. How easy is it for the larger food companies to recreate this? Are you educating them and giving them a second mover advantage? I'm just asking from how you're seeing the technology.
So basically, when we were doing the hybrid B2B model, जहाँ पे हम एक finished तब हम ये premix नहीं बेच रहे थे, we were making the products that they told us, and then we were making it. At that time, we got some news that they are trying to replicate the things that you rightly mentioned. So that is why we now switch to a model where उनको जो चीज चाहिए वही हम बना के उनको दे रहे हैं. रही बात उसकी के what about how easily can they replicate it? So we have been in market since 3 years, and we are in terms with we have in written agreements with few big companies. So I think they're basically हम एक written contract करते हैं जिससे हम बच सके कि if they can't replicate it, they have to take it from us. So we have a IP team as well to make sure that इस चीज में दिक्कत ना आए.
Great, thank you.
Okay.
So Ayush,
yes.
Shall I go next?
Yes, please.
So Ayush, good stuff. What's the revenue that you're clocking in on an average?
Yeah, currently we are in stage 3 since last 3 months, and we have been earning like 8 lakh rupees per month from just supplying this to B2B companies. These are the sectors that you can see on this. The margin, yes, the margin that the net margin that we get is roughly 40%.
Interesting. Thank you.
So is there a minute left for this?
Yes.
So thank you, Ayush. So one quick question: if you are a B2B supplier, you're basically a manufacturer. Then how do you build yourself as a brand?
We wanted to build ourselves as a brand, as I rightly talked in stage 1. We had our whole range of products as well, but down the line we came to know that there are some limitations that I am facing currently, which is mainly on the marketing side. So that is when we came to realization that let us just focus on what we are good at and let other people do what they are good at. And I think that has helped us, because at the end of the day, whenever we go, when we plan to raise funds, investor ने वही पूछा है कि कितने पैसे आते हैं एंड में आपके पास, like here in Gujarat. That is what I have experienced. So
इसका दूसरा corollary question ये है कि अगर आप मैन्युफैक्चरर हो, आपके पास पेटेंट है क्या इसका?
basically we plan to keep it trade secret like Coca-Cola, because this is a natural product जो हम like यहाँ पे जो आप plants देख रहे हो, like these are some old
time is up. I'm so sorry. Your time is up.
So short answer, short answer. Basically, we plan to keep it trade secret because the thing cannot be patented, and that's why we go into written terms with every B2B supplier that we go.
Okay, thank you so much. Thank you, jury members. Thank you, Ayush. All right, we're going to be moving to our next entrepreneur, which is AirBuddy/Greenverse, however they wish to address themselves. Could we have them on stage?
Hello, Anahita.
Hi, Sakit. Please let me know once you share your screen, and then we'd start your time.
Sure. I hope my screen is visible.
Yes, it's visible now.
Okay, great. So we'll start.
Okay.
Hello.
All right.
Hello, everyone. My name is Sakit Agarwal. I'm the founder and CEO of AirBuddy. Our startup falls under 3 HEGs, 3, 7, and 13: good health, well-being, affordable clean energy, and climate action. Moving towards the problem that we are trying to solve is indoor air quality. A few years back, WHO stated that indoor air quality is actually 5x times more polluted than outdoor, creating some serious health issues like decrease in human productivity, dizziness, headache, skin rashes, and even cancer risk sometimes. Except this, 7 million child suffers premature death every year due to this indoor air pollution, but it's been neglected. There are many sources of indoor air pollution like textile fibers, scented candles, etc. Despite of ignoring the fact that 90% of our time, each one of us, is spent indoor, either at offices, homes, or other places. Moving directly towards the solution, this was the first working prototype that we got developed. It has 2 steps of purification. The first section you see is the plant purification area, and the back side you see is the filter purification section. The plant purification section comes with an automation. So you need user need not to water these plants or show lights. They have grown lights. They have automation of water. So it will get it by themselves when needed. The backside, the filter purification comes along with 3 sets of filters: HEPA filter, activated carbon filter, and pre-filter. Collectively can purify up to 99.9% of a particulate matter. This whole system is Wi-Fi and Bluetooth enabled, so it can be viewed and controlled on your smartphone. Coming across the problem of purification, we also came across a new problem that's known as air quality monitoring. So we developed our own air quality monitor, as we went through many present air quality monitor, but none of them actually worked for us. So we end up developing the India's first artificial intelligence enabled air quality monitor, which can measure up to 9 live parameters of readings, including PM 2.5, PM 10, temperature, pressure, humidity, and these kinds of gases. The right side you can see is the final MVP of the previous design, as the previous design was quite bulky in nature. So we designed in the tower shape design, so can be placed in many other places. As I talked about the purification technologies, talking about the market, so expected Indian market is about to be 220 million by 2024, and serviceable obtainable market is 65 million USD, including Delhi, NCR, and a few cities, highly polluted cities. Target market: offices, hospitals, hotels, other workplaces. Talking about go-to-market, for B2B, we are contacting builders and interior designers, and for B2C, we are promoting through social media and also providing free air quality checkup survey through our website for creating more and more awareness and promotions. This is our business model: key partners, nurseries, builders, and interior designers. Value proposition: hassle-free gardening, pollution monitoring and control, versatile solution, and enhances your decor. We have 5 streams of revenue: sale of devices, customization, subscription model, and sale of plant sapling. This is our finance. Selling price will be 25,000 for the single unit. Talking about the competitors, we have few competitors, but we cover most of the 1,000 square feet of area, how which we get upon the our competitors, including Philips and Dyson.
Thank you so much. Your time is up. Your time is up.
Thank you. Thank you so much. That's it. It's my team, and that's it. Open for the questions, sir.
Yeah. So I would throw the floor open for jury. Mr. Pratap, you want to go first? Floor is yours.
Can you
Great,
name?
thank you.
Pratap would be going first, so you can follow up.
Oh, sorry. Okay. No, thanks. You're right. The demand for indoor air pollution products is growing fast because it's hard to, partially because it's hard to fix the outdoor pollution, but also it's easier for a private player to buy the solution. I have a question. I saw a building in Delhi in 2018, and I think they claim to be the cleanest air in India, or at least in Delhi, indoor air. And they had a lot of plants. Do you know, if you know which one I'm talking about? I forgot their name. They didn't need something too fancy, but it was just really a lot of plants. It was actually almost wall to wall. How does this machine help versus plants? Leaving aside the sensor, the AQI sensor.
So what basically we try to provide is, sir, covering whole spectrum of indoor air quality. We provide filter purification along with plant purification. NASA has released a few set of plants which purify indoor air quality at a greater rate. So people cannot use these plants because it's a hassle of maintaining. If you go out of your home for a month or so, your plant dies. And that's the reason because why people don't opt these kinds of plants. So we try to provide a solution, one-stop solution, where you get filter purification, you get plant purification, and you need not to maintain those plants as well. So once you buy it, you have to just fill the water tank once, and then you have to forget it by like 1.5 or 2 months probably.
Smita, you want to go next?
Yeah. Can you name your typical clients whom you serve?
So, ma'am, we are currently trying to contact builders and interior designers, so that we are also providing customization. So instead of going to B2C first, we are trying to contact them so that they can customize our product in their pre-designs, and then they can sell it so that it can give a better stability to our startup, like in the initial conditions.
So how have you validated these? I understand that there are no. Go ahead.
So we are connected with CPCB as well, and Indian Association of Air Pollution Control Board as well. We got selected in ILEAP program, one of the AIM program, and there we got these testings and everything done. We are also got a certification from M19 Labs. So we are getting more and more certification as much as we can for the trust building process. Like.
Okay.
Madhav, Debasis, any of you?
I think more than the certification, it's the trust which is needed. Indoor plant is definitely a very important part of it. But the way air pollution is there in India, you really need something more mechanical. But good stuff. Try pushing it to more commercial use and get more validations from your customers. That's most important, I feel.
Yes, definitely so.
Thank you so much, jury members. Thank you, Saket. We'd now be proceeding to the next entrepreneur, which
Thank
is
you so much. Thank you, ma'am.
From Unico.
Thank you, Anita.
Hi. Hi, Ankit. So once you start sharing your screen, then and once you set, let me. Yeah.
So my screen is visible, I guess.
Yes, it is.
So should I start?
Yeah, please go ahead. On present mode, if possible. You're not on present mode, Ankit.
Okay. So I already shared the screen.
Yeah, okay. Okay, it's just not on present mode. There is an arrow right next to it. If you can see on top right corner. If you click on that, you'd go on present mode. Okay, no worries. You can start just as is. Okay. So if you're all set, then your time starts now.
So hi everyone, I am Ankit. So we have a brand called Unico. In one line, we are doing Kabaad se Jugaad. So Unico is an amalgamation of unique and eco-friendly products. So we make sustainable products and never seen before avatar. So we are two brothers on a mission to make planet happy. So as we all know, in India, there are a lot of landfills, especially in Delhi. So these are some of the problems that landfills are facing. So these are the problems of landfills, waste, that we are generating, and climate change, sustainability, and there's another problem called marginalized communities. So by to solve these problems, we come with the solution called Unico, in which we are making sustainable products with the help of marginalized communities, and we are focusing on 3 SDGs called 12, 13, and 8. So we have, these are our product solutions. We have more than 45 plus products. All products are made with the help of marginalized communities and by using different materials. So we are providing our products in 3 domains. First, for event and conference. So we helps event and conference to make their event zero waste. Second, we provide corporate impact gifts. Third one, for office utilities. So we make the products for these 3 domains. Polu, this is our mascot because the first impact of climate change is on the polar bears. That's why we select this as our mascot. These are the current segments on which we are making the products. So these are some of our products, like this pollution solution, which is an alternative to bouquet. These are the folders which we use it in our offices. This is some of the diaries. Then we have some products from bamboo. So different materials which available in the nature. So we use, so these are the products hut crafted, and this is the unique features with us is like design thing and packaging as a product. So usually we work with packaging as a product. So like every product, the packaging becomes packing also become a product with us. And so first we select the material, then we build and customize it. These are the some of the materials that we are using it in us, and these are some of our clients. So we help their these corporates to reduce their carbon footprints by providing our solutions, product solutions to them in their offices and all. Thank you.
Okay. All right. You still have a minute. You had 30 seconds left if you want to use it.
Yes. So these are our associations and all these are the grants. So basically we use like industrial waste, natural waste, and then we make the products, which is right now, which is an alternative. That can be used in their offices and all.
Okay, great. Your time is up. Thank you so much. We're going to open the floor for the jury members now. You can stop sharing your screen, Ankit.
Okay.
Thank you so much. Jury members, who would want to go first? Okay, Pratap.
Okay, hi, great. So I love the products. I love the fact that you use marginal communities. I think that's great. I have seen a lot of businesses like this. That's one. And first question is this going to be driven by CSR, for example, even for your corporate clients, or is there a market appeal that goes beyond CSR? That's first question. And two is, as this market gets flooded, and there are already hundreds of more than hundreds of similar businesses, does that impact you?